Here's your news for August 29th, 2020. And your headlines for today include WWE's plan for the new Paul Heyman guy, Roman Reigns, revealed. Triple H sells millions of dollars in WWE stock. WWE fans did the unthinkable during last night's Smackdown. Pay-per-view worthy match set for next week's Monday Night Raw. WWE wrestler officially pulled from WWE main roster. New matches added to Payback pay-per-view. Something big is about to happen with Retribution at Payback pay-per-view. Hugely disappointing news as WWE is no longer certain about planned WrestleMania 37 main event. Major news on AOP return, comeback plan is revealed. Renee Young reacts to MJF mentioning her on AEW Dynamite, and more. We're kicking off with Smackdown news today, as when SummerSlam's tagline was "You'll never see it coming," most fans thought that was addressing the return of Roman Reigns. But what the big dog did on Smackdown last night was truly shocking. Reigns, who was the last man to sign the no-holds-barred triple threat Universal title match contract for Payback, appeared at the end of the Blue Show, following the main event where Big E and Heavy Machinery defeated Sheamus, Miz, and John Morrison. After Adam Pearce eventually reached an agreement for Roman to sign the contract, Reigns vowed to win the Universal title match this Sunday, saying that's not a prediction, that's a spoiler, a Paul Heyman line. And Roman was seen sitting next to Heyman as SmackDown ended, who told Pearce to believe that. With the big dog the latest Paul Heyman guy, Reigns is certainly the favorite to leave Payback as Universal Champion, though we can't help but wonder what this new relationship means for Brock Lesnar. And whilst Lesnar is on Raw and Reigns is on SmackDown, we wonder whether the two former enemies could align when the Beast returns. PW Insider is reporting that Roman is expected to be SmackDown's top heel from now on, with Braun Strowman also turning heel, as the plan is to make Bray Wyatt and The Fiend the top babyface on the roster. Whatever the case, Roman and Heyman together could make for some must-watch TV, and with Roman's promo being one of the best things we've seen on WWE TV in a very long time, and a swerve fans didn't see coming, Payback will be a very interesting show. We're looking at WWE's corporate side now, as WWE COO Triple H has sold a lot of stock. According to filings obtained by Heel by Nature, the game sold 45,388 shares at $45.61 each on August 26th, earning him $2.07 million. The next day, the executive VP of Global Talent Strategy made a much smaller sale of 7,419 shares for $45.83 each, earning him just over $340,000. In total, the game made close to $2.5 million, with over 81,000 shares left, and after he made over $1 million by selling stock in May, the game is doing pretty well, and that's not including his WWE salary. Over to AEW now, as Excalibur didn't return to Dynamite as scheduled this week, but still did work the show. After being absent following PWG show footage of him using the N-word came to light, Excalibur returned this week for AEW Dark, and Jim Ross even snapped a photo with the masked announcer in the building prior to the show. Chris Jericho filled in on commentary on Dynamite in the wake of Excalibur's absence, and the controversial commentator hasn't even been mentioned since the videos, which also feature Kevin Owens using the N-word, came to light. It'll be interesting to see where the company goes from here with Excalibur, as they've previously banned both Hulk and Linda Hogan, and we'll have to see what happens next behind the AEW commentary desk. This week's Smackdown didn't just see a Roman-Heyman alliance, as well as great action in the ring, but also an appearance from Kenny Omega. Whilst the AEW Tag Champion didn't appear live, one fan used their Thunderdome seat to project an image of Omega, or at least his doppelganger, which a lot of fans called attention to, though we're yet to hear if WWE banned anyone from this like they've done in prior weeks. Usually those people who are banned have shown some pretty disgusting imagery, from a KKK rally to Chris Benoit, and whilst an appearance by Omega is far cleaner, we're sure WWE doesn't want the AEW star on their screen. We're looking ahead to Raw now, as this Monday's show will see Rey Mysterio face Seth Rollins. This will be the first singles match between the two since their eye for an eye match that Rollins won at Extreme Rules, forcing Rey's eye out of its socket, though not severing the optic nerve. Rey returned to Raw this past Monday to team with Dominic, who lost to Rollins at SummerSlam, to face the Monday Night Messiah and Murphy. That match ended in a no contest when Retribution interfered, and though the Mysterios are set to face Rollins and Murphy at Payback, fans will get to see Rey and Seth face off the next night on Raw. Speaking of the Monday Night Messiah, Austin Theory was once one of his disciples, but that alliance has officially ended. After claims on inappropriate conduct, Theory was pulled off TV, and now that WWE have officially pulled him from the main roster and moved him back to NXT, as confirmed on WWE.com, we'll have to see where his budding program with Bronson Reed goes from here. We're looking ahead to Payback next, as another huge match has been confirmed. Ever since Matt Riddle joined Smackdown, the original Bro has been feuding with King Corbin, including a King's Bounty being announced that resulted in Riddle coming out on top of Corbin's plans time and time again. After calling Corbin out this week on SmackDown, Riddle instead faced Shorty G, though after Riddle got the win, Corbin furiously agreed to a match at Payback, Riddle's first pay-per-view match since his call-up. SmackDown also saw Jeff Hardy successfully defend his Intercontinental title against Shinsuke Nakamura in an open challenge, before Sami Zayn returned, carrying the title that he never actually lost but was instead forced to forfeit. Zayn made it clear that he is after the IC title again and called Hardy a fraud, and after some physicality, made it clear that he believes he is still the Intercontinental Champion, and a champion versus champion match has been rumored for Payback. On a week's notice, this Sunday's show is a stacked card with a Universal title triple threat confirmed between Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns. Bayley and Sasha Banks will defend their women's tag team titles against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, whilst US champion Apollo Crews will defend against Bobby Lashley. Randy Orton will face Raw's newest signing Keith Lee, while Riddle will face Corbin, and the Mysterios will face Seth Rollins and Murphy. And with the IC title match rumored, as well as Big E vs. Sheamus and Kevin Owens vs. Aleister Black also rumored, this Sunday's show will be a huge event just 1 week after SummerSlam. One group who aren't scheduled to appear this Sunday is Retribution, but we're sure that won't stop the anarchistic group, especially after they didn't appear at SummerSlam. On Twitter, Dominik Dijakovic, who is widely believed to be a member of the group, posted a series of numbers, and when translated using a cipher, spells out the word Sunday. With Payback being this Sunday, many believe that Dijakovic confirmed that Retribution will appear on the show, and this theory was only strengthened by the NXT superstar deleting the tweet shortly after he posted it. It's been reported that the Retribution who are appearing now will not necessarily be the ones unmasked, and it'll be interesting to see what impact, if any, the Retribution stable make this Sunday at Payback. Up next, we're taking a look ahead to WrestleMania 37, as the plans for next year's show aren't as certain as before. We previously reported that the main event of Mania would be Edge vs. Orton in an I Quit match, which was reportedly penciled in by Vince McMahon as soon as Edge got injured. In the most recent Wrestling Observer newsletter, though, Dave Meltzer noted that the match, which was rumored to be for the WWE title, is no longer a lock, saying, "At last word, there was no longer a 100% clear main event direction for the show. If Orton is going to win the title, then Lee should beat him here to set up Orton vs. Lee title matches, since they have no other babyfaces ready for Orton with the way they've booked Mysterio and Owens, who Orton beat on TV, and with Black turning. While Drew McIntyre has done great as champion, especially in the current situation, his reign will end one day, and we'll have to see if Edge and Orton face off for the gold at the biggest show of 2021. Over to AEW now, and Ricky Starks has spoke about his journey to the company. It was during Starks' debut match against Cody Rhodes that Tony Khan decided he wanted to sign him, and Starks later joined Taz's stable of clients alongside Brian Cage. Speaking to AEW Unrestricted, Starks brought up his rough past that gained a lot of attention prior to entering AEW, and said, "If you've had life experiences, okay? Case in point, I've been in countless fights, especially when I was younger and things like that. That helps me out when I'm in the ring because I understand what it's like to really be punched and really be kicked. I love those time periods in my life because it's only made me better for today." Given his life experiences that he uses in the ring, putting Starks with Taz and Cage is a perfect fit for him. And with him in a program with Darby Allin, another tortured soul, these two could be enemies for a long time. Back to WWE now, and after Rezar suffered a bicep injury in March, the Authors of Pain could soon be back on TV. That's according to their former manager Paul Ellering, who spoke on the two-man Power Trip podcast recently, and added that there were plans for the three to reunite before the current global situation and Rezar's injury got in the way. It's now being reported that the former Raw and NXT Tag Team Champions are expected to return in late September or at the end of the year, though not with Seth Rollins, who they were aligned with before they were taken off TV. It'll be interesting to see what happens with them when they return, as they were reported favorites of former Raw director Paul Heyman, but given that they weren't used even when Heyman was in charge, that doesn't bode well for AOP. We've got some much-needed good news for 2020 now, as former Impact World Champion Tessa Blanchard has gotten married. After her marriage to Daga was postponed due to the current situation, the two finally tied the knot, and with a guest list including Gail Kim, Brian Cage, and Tessa's father Tully Blanchard, we'd like to send our congratulations to the happy couple. And we're ending today with AEW news, as MJF recently made some pretty disparaging remarks in his contract signing with Jon Moxley. On Dynamite, MJF claimed Moxley couldn't retain his World Championship at All Out without the paradigm shift, and added, "If you're not man enough, you should tell that hot little wife of yours I'm single." This comment didn't go down well with Moxley, though Renee did see the funny side, as after tweeting that she's unemployed and optimistic, responded to a fan who brought up MJF, asking what his problem is. Renee only recently left WWE, but reportedly has a lengthy non-compete clause with WWE, though after MJF's comments and Renee's response, there's plenty of reasons to believe that she'll be all elite alongside her husband when the time is right.